Have you ever suddenly opened your eyes in the middle of the night, looked at the clock, and realized it was almost exactly 3 a.m. again? Not once, not twice, but over and over. And maybe you told yourself, it's probably stress. Maybe I drank too much water. I guess this just happens when you get older. But what if your body is actually trying to tell you something? Because waking up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. is one of the most common sleep complaints in adults over 50. And while sometimes the cause is harmless, repeated nighttime waking can also be connected to blood sugar problems, stress hormones, liver function, sleep apnea, inflammation, anxiety, poor sleep cycles, and even hidden lifestyle habits that many people never think about. Your body does not randomly wake you up. There is usually a reason. And today, we're going to talk about what those reasons might be. Not fear, not internet myths, not strange detox theories, just real explanations in simple English. And stay with me until the end, because I'll also share some practical ways to help your body sleep more deeply and consistently naturally. If you're new here, welcome to Dr. Richard Health, where we talk about healthy aging, wellness, and real health information explained clearly. Now let's begin. Why 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. matters. Before we talk about the causes, you need to understand something important. Your body follows an internal clock. This is called your circadian rhythm. Throughout the night, your brain, hormones, body temperature, and metabolism move through carefully timed cycles. And the hours between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. are extremely important biologically. During this window, your body is usually in its deepest recovery state. Stress hormones should be low. Heart rate should be calm. Blood pressure should be stable. This is when repair and restoration happen. So when the body repeatedly wakes during this exact time window, it often means something is interrupting that recovery process. And one of the biggest causes is something millions of people struggle with without realizing it. Blood sugar instability. Reason number 1, blood sugar drops. During the night, this is far more common than most people realize, especially after 50. Here's what happens. When blood sugar becomes unstable during the night, the body sometimes responds by releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Why? Because the brain depends heavily on glucose for energy. If blood sugar drops too low while sleeping, the body enters a mild emergency response. Adrenaline rises, heart rate increases, the brain becomes more alert, and suddenly, you wake up, sometimes with anxiety, sometimes sweating, sometimes a racing heart. Many people never connect this to blood sugar. They simply think, I'm a light sleeper. But nighttime waking can sometimes be connected to large evening sugar intake, alcohol, processed carbohydrates, or insulin resistance. One man named Michael kept waking around 3 a.m. every night. He thought stress was the problem. But after tracking his habits, he realized the nights were worse after desserts, late-night snacks, or heavy carbohydrate dinners. When he reduced sugar at night and improved his dinner routine, his sleep improved dramatically. Now, this does not mean every 3 a.m. waking is caused by glucose, but blood sugar instability is absolutely one of the most overlooked reasons, especially in adults over 50. Reason number 2, elevated cortisol and chronic stress. This is another major cause, and modern life makes it incredibly common. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone. Normally, cortisol should be low during deep sleep, then gradually rise toward morning to help wake you naturally. But chronic stress changes this rhythm. Financial pressure, anxiety, emotional stress, overthinking, poor sleep habits, constant stimulation. All of these can keep cortisol elevated at night, and when cortisol rises too early, the brain becomes alert before it's supposed to. Suddenly your eyes open, and your mind starts racing. Many adults describe this exact experience. They wake around 3 a.m. and immediately start thinking. Bills, family, health, responsibilities. That's because stress activates alertness pathways inside the brain. One retired woman described it perfectly. She said, "My body felt tired, but my brain felt awake." That's often a stress hormone issue, and unfortunately, poor sleep itself raises cortisol further. So the cycle continues. Bad sleep creates stress. Stress creates more nighttime waking. That's why calming the nervous system matters so much, especially before bed. Reason number 3, sleep apnea. This is one of the most serious causes people overlook. Sleep apnea happens when breathing repeatedly becomes restricted during sleep. The brain senses reduced oxygen, then partially wakes the body to restore breathing. Many people with sleep apnea don't even realize it's happening. They simply know they keep waking up at night, or they wake feeling exhausted despite sleeping for many hours. Common signs include snoring, dry mouth, morning headaches, daytime fatigue, falling asleep easily during the day. Sleep apnea becomes more common with age, and it's strongly connected to high blood pressure, heart disease, insulin resistance, and metabolic problems. One man thought he had insomnia for years, but after a sleep study, doctors discovered severe sleep apnea. His brain was waking hundreds of times during the night without him realizing it. That's important, because poor oxygen during sleep affects the entire body: the heart, the brain, blood sugar regulation, energy levels. If you snore heavily or constantly wake exhausted, this is something worth discussing with a healthcare professional. Reason number 4, drinking alcohol before bed. Many people think alcohol helps sleep, and technically, it can make people fall asleep faster. But staying asleep is a different story. Alcohol disrupts deep sleep cycles, especially during the second half of the night. That's exactly why many people wake around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. after drinking. The body begins metabolizing alcohol, blood sugar shifts, dehydration increases, sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. One common pattern looks like this. Someone falls asleep easily after wine or alcohol, then suddenly wakes several hours later, unable to fall back asleep. This becomes more common after 50 because the body processes alcohol differently with age. Even moderate drinking can affect sleep quality more than people realize. That doesn't mean everyone must completely avoid alcohol. But if nighttime waking is becoming frequent, evening drinking is absolutely worth paying attention to. Reason number 5, your body temperature is fluctuating. This surprises many people. Body temperature plays a huge role in sleep. During healthy sleep, core body temperature naturally drops. That cooling effect helps maintain deep sleep. But certain things interfere with this process. Heavy blankets, warm rooms, hormonal changes, late-night exercise, large meals before bed. When the body overheats, the brain becomes more alert, and nighttime waking becomes more likely. This is especially common during the early morning hours. One simple adjustment that helps many people? Keeping the bedroom cooler. Research consistently shows cooler sleep environments improve sleep depth and sleep quality. Sometimes the solution is surprisingly simple. The body sleeps best when it feels physically safe and comfortable. Reason number 6, liver and digestive stress. Now let's clear up an internet myth. You may have heard strange claims online saying, if you wake at 3 a.m., your liver is toxic. That's an oversimplification. But there is a small piece of truth hidden underneath it. Your liver does play a major role in nighttime metabolism. During sleep, the liver helps regulate blood sugar, process substances, and support detoxification pathways. Heavy nighttime eating can increase metabolic stress, especially meals loaded with sugar, processed foods, or excessive alcohol. Late-night eating forces the digestive system to stay active when the body should be recovering. And many adults notice worse sleep after large evening meals. Acid reflux can also become worse while lying down. This can trigger nighttime waking without people realizing the connection. A simple habit that often helps. Finish large meals earlier in the evening. Give the body time to digest before sleep. Small lifestyle adjustments can make a surprisingly big difference. What your body may be trying to tell you. So what's the bigger message here? Your body is not trying to punish you, it's communicating. Repeated nighttime waking often means something in your system is out of balance. Maybe stress is too high. Maybe sleep quality is poor. Maybe blood sugar is unstable. Maybe breathing is being interrupted. The important thing is awareness, not panic. Because occasional waking is normal. Everyone wakes up sometimes. But when it becomes frequent, repetitive, and consistent around the same hours every night, your body deserves attention, especially after 50. Because sleep affects almost every system in the body. Brain function, heart health, blood pressure, blood sugar, memory, inflammation, mood, immune function. Poor sleep slowly affects everything. That's why improving sleep is one of the most powerful things you can do for healthy aging. How to sleep more deeply naturally. Now, let's talk about practical ways to help your body sleep better. Not pills, not miracle products, just realistic habits. 1. Reduce sugar and heavy meals at night. Try eating lighter dinners. Avoid large amounts of sugar before bed. Reduce processed nighttime snacks. Many people notice fewer nighttime wake-ups when evening blood sugar becomes more stable. 2. Stop screens. Before bed, phones and bright screens stimulate the brain. Blue light can suppress melatonin production. Melatonin helps regulate sleep timing. Try creating a calmer nighttime routine. Reading, soft music, gentle stretching, deep breathing. Your brain needs signals that it's safe to rest. 3. Walk during the day. Movement improves sleep quality. Daily walking helps regulate stress hormones and circadian rhythm. Even a simple 20-minute walk matters, especially outdoors in natural light. 4. Limit late-night alcohol and caffeine. Caffeine can stay in the body much longer after 50, and alcohol disrupts deep sleep quality. If you regularly wake around 3 a.m., experiment with reducing both. Sometimes the improvement is dramatic. 5. Calm the nervous system. Before bed, this may be the most important step. Your body cannot enter deep restorative sleep while feeling emotionally unsafe. Slow breathing, prayer, meditation, quiet reflection, journaling, soft lighting. All of these help shift the nervous system into a calmer state, and calmer nervous systems sleep better. If there's one thing I want you to remember today, it's this. Waking up between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. occasionally is normal. But if it happens repeatedly, your body may be trying to tell you something. Not through fear, through patterns. And the earlier you pay attention to those patterns, the easier it becomes to support your health. Because healthy sleep is not a luxury. It's one of the foundations of healthy aging. Protecting your sleep protects your brain, heart, metabolism, and overall quality of life. And if you found this video helpful, share it with someone you care about. A friend, a spouse, a parent. Because many people silently struggle with poor sleep without understanding why. And before you go, let me ask you something. Do you often wake up during the night? And if so, what time does it usually happen? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if you want more simple health videos focused on healthy aging and wellness, subscribe to Dr. Richard Health and turn on notifications. Because in the next video, we're talking about the nighttime habits quietly damaging your kidneys after 50. Take care of yourself. Your body may be speaking more often than you realize.